How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys having a great and exceptional evening. Not going to be on too long tonight. Just wanted to say rest in peace, rest in power to Mr. Anthony Johnson, aka his comedian stage name, AJ Johnson. Great man, great comedian, great actor, great family man. Just all around great person. Like I stated earlier, I had the pleasure of meeting him at least once a couple of years ago when I went to see Mike Epps in Ontario, California, which is about an hour outside of Los Angeles. It was a great vibe. It didn't get no more Southern California African American up in there that night. I mean, I felt like I was at a Friday episode of Friday slash on the video set, video rap set of the West Side Connection with Mac 10 and uh, with Mac 10 and Dub C and Ice Cube. It was just it was amazing. So AJ Johnson, I like I said, I got the pleasure of taking a picture with him, and I got the pleasure of meeting him, and he was like, he was surprised I wanted to see him. Take a picture with him first before taking a picture with Mike Epps. And I was like, man, I know who you were before I knew who Mike Epps was. I was like, remember, you was on the first Friday, and I saw you in a bunch of other movies and whatnot. So leaving it at that, like I said, I'm not making this video to speak ill of the dead or anything of that nature. I'm making this video because I'm not only praising the man's life, but I find it to be very, very sad and unfortunate that I read hours after the release of people stating that he unfortunately passed away, that Mr. Johnson's wife is launched a GoFundMe account. Now I don't know what their financial situation was. It's definitely not my business to know what their financial situation was, but unfortunately, I'm just sick and tired, and I'm not just talking about it with him because this just become a normal thing. I've seen this within the last couple of weeks with just regular working people on Facebook. I'm sick and tired of people not paying $10 to $30 a month for life insurance. I'm going to say that again. I'm sick and tired of people not paying $10 to $20 to $30 a month for life insurance. This has to become a very, very important thing. And this is why so much African American wealth is lost because of the lack of insurance. I don't care if it's the best insurance, the mid level life insurance, the lowest form of life insurance. Life insurance has to be a serious thing, family. I can't put it any other way. It needs to be put on the to do list before anything else. I don't care if it's the to do list. Like everybody's getting excited about the football season going on right now. I don't care about the football season if people don't know about what's happening with economics right now. If people are not serious about life insurance and things of that nature. That's all I can say about that. Okay, man passed away at 55 years old, and it's insane. That's all I can say about that, family. It's a crazy thing, and we have to start taking it seriously. You know what I mean? And make sure things good on the audio. So we got unfortunately a weak internet connection. So 1 2 3 testing 1 2 3. Let me make sure. I'm gonna go play this on Facebook. Connection. So all right, cool, we're good. Anyways, so yeah. Hey, what's up, brother? Yeah, Chris, he didn't have life insurance. Apparently, because his wife launched a GoFundMe campaign, and unfortunately, um, for a lot of people in the African American community, they don't take life insurance as they take everything else as serious as they take everything else. And maybe she just needs the money for extra things. I'm not going to get into it, but it's unfortunately this is just becoming the new norm. People are not taking their life as seriously, the life after death as seriously as they take, anything else. Everybody's going to die eventually. Life insurance is a cornerstone of making sure that you and your family's taken care of in case anything happens. Heck, it's a cornerstone of even building wealth today. I'm not even going to get into Chris introduced the whole life insurance policy thing to me, and I've been taking advantage of that, and not only making sure that I'm good to go in case I pass away, but I have an opportunity to get access to more capital, to fund my my business projects when it comes to increasing, products, selling products with Larry's Anything Goes, or increasing me buying more real estate and things of that nature. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but the GoFundMe was launched today, and if obviously you can go find it, but unfortunately, Anthony AJ Johnson, who he played a lot of great roles, is a great comedian, fantastic comedian, but I think Ice Cube has expressed that he's going to take care of everything on Twitter. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we're not all going to live forever. And it's funny, I forgot that this guy actually played a small role in the first House Party movie because he had a Jerry curl. It was the late '80s, early '90s, and the comedian, rest his soul, Robert Harrison, was like, "You better not ever commit a crime, because if you do, please have no problem finding you. Follow the drip, follow the drips." I forgot all about that, but yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but I have to stress. I don't care if it's the lowest level of life insurance or the best level of life insurance. Every working person, every business, I don't know why that needs to be up for debate. So I've heard so many people get in trouble. Not only families get in trouble economically not having life insurance, but I do you one better. I've so many people get in trouble just because they don't have freaking car insurance, because they, even if they don't, it's not required for them and whatnot in certain areas, but they get in trouble for not having car insurance. They hit somebody or somebody hits them and then they're basically screwed. So I just don't get it. Yeah, exactly. Life insurance is an easy way to build generational wealth, but a lot of people, for some odd reason, they're not feeling it. It's like I said, that you have the cheapest one I've seen out there is called Colonial Penn, and it's literally $10 a month. I don't understand it. I just truly don't understand it. But AJ Johnson will definitely be missed, and like I said, appreciate everything you have in this life. Appreciate the people that you have in this life, but do not take life for granted. And unfortunately, I'm starting to notice more and more people are just taking life for granted because they think that they're going to live forever. And everybody has an exit date. I can't put it any other way. Everyone has an exit date. And you never know when your day is going to come. That's all I can say. You never know when your day is going to come. And you got to be able to not take anything lightly. You know what I mean? So you can't ever take anything lightly and whatnot. So before I get off tonight, Chris, if you want to give your perspective on this whole situation, and I will call it a night. Like I said, usually don't go live on Mondays, but I had to put that out there because this is a crazy time we're living in. That's all I can say about that. And we live in a time where you have to take your life economics more seriously than anything else, family. Can't put it any other way. It's being proven over and over and over and over again. If you don't take it seriously, if you don't get screwed, then you're going to screw your family members or your friends. Now, if you're one of those people that just live out in the middle of nowhere and don't talk to anybody, then that's a different story. But most people live in populated areas where they have family, and especially if you're married, for God's sakes, don't put that burden on your wife. Don't put that burden on your husband. Don't put that burden on your children. So many people, it's just become very normal for them to put that kind of burden on their folks, and I just don't understand it. So let's bring Chris in. Everybody, give a second, Chris. Got a little bit of delay. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Can you hear me?
Yep, hear you loud and clear, sir.
All right, good, good.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, I just found out. Honestly, I've been building my business and everything like that. I just found out this afternoon.
Yeah, I can believe it. I found out literally 4 hours ago. Yeah, literally.
Uh,
And I was just like, "You got to be kidding me!" And then I was like, "Because it just seems I've been counting on my hand today." I was like, "Okay, it was DMX, Black Rob,
yeah,
was it Michael K.
Michael Williams.
Williams?
Hmm.
Yep. Now AJ Johnson, And who's the fifth person I'm missing? There was a fifth one. I know there was another one that I'm missing. That either they were a rapper or a comedian,
Mm,
but it'll come back to me later. But yeah, it's crazy.
man, our childhood is disappearing on us, man.
Literally, it's like, dang, it's like I'm saying to myself, man, I guess the senior citizen home was calling my name because everybody from
Mm,
it's like 2019 was Nipsey, 20 was Mr. Wakanda Forever, and
don't
it's
forget
like,
Kobe.
yeah, Kobe Bryant. It's like, Lord have mercy. Then that one
Yeah.
comedian that I didn't really know who he was, he died. I think it was because of drugs or something like that.
Mm,
But that's the I forgot that guy's name. I didn't even know who he was. I just heard about it. Saw a little article on social media and whatnot. But it's getting crazy out here, man.
yeah, it is.
And then the fact that I happened to read that his wife started a GoFundMe account this morning. I'm just like, are you serious?
Yeah, and you would think that you get all your affairs in order. Um, honestly, once you reach the threshold of 40, you should have your affairs in order. And what I mean by that is, yeah, have life insurance either set up uh by yourself or have it set up by your job. I know I have life insurance for my for my family that I personally pay for every month, and then I
Right,
also have life insurance set up for my job
right,
as of right now. Hopefully, once things go on the next few years, I can actually retire myself from my job and
right,
use the policy I have right now. But I have that. Um, but not only that though, I have it set up that if something does unfortunately happen to me, God forbid, because I have two young kids, I want to be old and gray, and they're all grown by that time. But
right,
I have it set up in place where anything does happen to me, my wife has access to all the accounts.
right,
So, like I said, we don't know what's going on. Hopefully, he did have insurance because, I mean, prime example, when you did the movie, I got the hookup with Master P. Master P was a forward thinking person,
right.
so he know he instilled some type of knowledge into his head.
Exactly.
And then Ice Cube, even though he did Friday at a very young age, he was
Right,
still a forward thinking person too. So he put them in tiny people's heads like, hey, you gotta start providing for yourself. I know uh, AJ, he was forward thinking as well. There's no way you can make it to 55 doing what he's doing without having a plan B, plan C, plan D. He had something in place. Maybe he didn't because we don't know the whole story. Obviously, they
right,
still doing an autopsy to find out why he passed away in the first place, but we don't know did he set up his accounts in a way that she could have access to those accounts.
right, right, right.
So maybe that GoFundMe just for the funeral arrangements as we speak, but maybe later on she might get access to those accounts and she's good.
Right, right. So yeah,
So,
we don't know the whole story. I
but
hope that's what it is.
I
I
hope
hope
so.
that's what it
I
is
hope so
because I'm
too.
just like, come on now, it's
Because
like,
he's a very talented dude. He actually had if I'm not 100% sure, but I know he had a couple of nightclubs, comedy clubs open under his name and stuff like that. So he's getting passive income coming in
exactly,
and stuff. So
exactly. And he was big in real estate investment too, in the
right,
California area, and the
right.
fact that
So
he was able to buy all these houses quarter on the dollar before the California real estate got out of control.
hmm
The prices he bought back then. Now I remember he said in the interview, yeah, all his properties, all of them cost over $1 million.
right,
So I'm just like, he got in on the real estate game early. So it's just like, okay, I know you took care of yourself.
yeah. So
So
it's
like,
just
what does it
possible
do?
that they possibly don't have the access to the accounts yet. So they just got to wait to get that all figured out. Another thing also, I'm actually going to do when I turn 40 in a few years is if I haven't done it already is got to make a will
Exactly.
because we start to understand now what's going on with a lot of people. Prime example, years what was it? Is it going on 3 years now since Nipsey passed away? Correct, 2 or 3 years.
2 years, yeah.
So he didn't set a will up. So his
Exactly.
so his estate, his brothers was worried about the account, and his lover, Laura London, um, I mean, she had a child with him, but unfortunately, she doesn't have any commanding rights to the to his empire that he built, which was Marathon Continues.
Right. Exactly.
Even though she was there with him by his side, she doesn't have the rights to it. because he didn't get a chance to set the will. Now, granted, nobody expected him to pass away at that time, but
Right.
when you get a certain amount of income coming in, passive or active, because he was doing both,
Yep.
you got to get something planned out. AJ, maybe he did that too. We don't know. He's 55. I'm hoping he did.
Right. Right.
So,
Same here.
so we just don't know what's going on, but it's just a sad time because, and another thing you also got to say, we also got to say as well that you're right, life is too short. I mean, we just found out this past year with the pandemic, well, ongoing pandemic, that
Hmm.
life is definitely too short, and you gotta number one, don't take life for granted because you do have people out here that's gonna be ignorant, causing mayhem.
Hmm.
But at the same time, you have to also appreciate what you have and what you could be looking forward to
Exactly.
because tomorrow isn't promised.
Exactly. Exactly. And a lot of people have this Superman, I'm going to live for everything, or, I can't take it with me nonsense. So I could go on and on certain people's mindsets and whatnot. And, they
Yeah,
just, too many people become complacent in certain aspects when it comes to their life, when it comes to money. And, it is what it is at this point.
yeah. I know. My mindset is like I'm not trying to. Let's say this. I want to make sure I go to bed on time and wake up in the morning because right now my mindset is I don't
Right.
have. I'm getting there, but I'm not there to the point that I can go to sleep and actually have my last breath and rest, knowing that my family's okay. I'm not there yet,
Right.
so I gotta continue to go on with that stuff. And I always have that mindset like I gotta put the time in because I don't know what today is, but I'm not ready to rest yet. I gotta keep working. I gotta keep striving because if I go, everything that I worked hard for, that me and my wife we worked hard to build, could come
Right.
tumbling down. Even though I got the insurance, it could still come tumbling down because it's the for me it's not about the money no more. It's about my legacy to my kids
There you go.
and the knowledge I'm about to instill into them. If I go now, that's gonna come tumbling down because now you got to figure out where that knowledge going to come from male figure
Exactly.
or father
E-
figure, and I don't want to put that stress onto my wife as much as anything that may happen to her. Put that stress on me.
Exactly. It
So
makes perfect sense to me.
that's why I'm working. That's what I'm striving for. So it's a lot of work, but talked about this
It's
many
worth
times.
it.
We talked about this so many times, man. So you see what I'm putting down and stuff. And actually, you're gonna see a lot more coming down the next few weeks as well. I got a couple more surprises coming out on October 1st that I'm gonna show you about.
Hey man, it's all about putting the work in at the end of the day. Because
Yeah,
that's what I'm about, and that's what I continue to say I'm about, and that's all she wrote. So that's
yeah.
why I'm doing what I'm doing and living the lifestyle I want to live because I put the work in. So
Oh yeah, and my wife gave me the green light too. So next year, 2022, we might have to talk about partner with you on a couple properties and stuff.
sounds like a plan, brother. That's all I can say.
Yeah, she gave
New
me the
year,
green.
new opportunities.
She gave me the green light. Like she just said, why don't you just go partner with him for a couple things? I'm like, you know what? Can we make that happen? She's like, yeah, let's make that happen. Okay.
I know that's right. Hey, that teamwork makes the dream work, right?
So she gave me the green light. I'm gone. See,
I know that's right.
you don't know that yet, man. Once you get married and stuff like that, you gotta make some sacrifices to make things work as well. So I can't do everything by myself anymore.
Well, that's why you're there and I'm not. So, anyways, I'm too much of a jerk for all that. But, anyways, keep up the good work, sir. Give them the plug because I'm about to call it a night. Go ahead and put your information in the chat and I will post it. But
Yeah.
it is all good. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Also, man, continue doing what you're doing, brother. Don't always strive for the best. And if I haven't told you already, man, I'm proud of you for doing everything you got to do, man.
And man, the feeling is mutual, man. Keep doing the great things that you're doing, especially down in good old higgity hot San Antonio, Texas. And
Yeah, it was like 101. It was like 110 today.
I heard you guys supposed to be getting a cold front coming down there.
We call it a cool front.
A cool front, yeah.
Yeah, because
So
it
that
ain't.
like 80 degrees.
It might get 60.
Like, okay, I can get with that.
It might get 60, but that's what that is. So
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, hey, everybody's safe. That's all that matters, right?
exactly.
See, that's crazy. What's going on with that border crisis down there.
Yeah. Again, we
But I'll
just
leave that alone.
yeah, because that's a whole different story with the governor. We just it is what it is.
It is what it is, exactly. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, go ahead and let everybody know what your business is all about, sir.
All
Got to put
right.
it in the
So
chat room.
as you can tell from the shirt right here, I'm the owner of Reaching Out Consultants. You know, it's kind of funny, LJ. Somebody actually told me I'm the owner of the ROC, and I didn't think about it until I saw it now. So,
Ah, I love it.
but nah, I am a marketing consultant. My job is to actually help any businesses, small, medium, or large, to bring in more customers, to bring in more money to their bottom dollar. I will listen to your problems, what issue you may have, and do what I can to help build it up and bring you more results for your business.
I know that's right, sir. I know that's right. And I put the plug right there. If you guys want to reach him, his website is in the chat room, and it is all good in the neighborhood, man. Well, hopefully you have a great night, man. Thank you for giving your opinion about this matter, and thank you for really stressing, especially for the family people out there, the importance of this, because it's not a game anymore,
Nah,
and we're living in a time where up to 20 to 30 years from now, up to 80% of jobs across this country will be gone. So if people don't get serious about the economics today, then the next generation is going to be straight up screwed and might be a part of the homeless population.
well,
Just my personal opinion.
this pandemic is telling people right now what it's looking like with the job, with the economy and the job market. If people ain't paying attention to it right now, and it's career, because you could get a job, you don't have a career that's gonna keep you stable and everything like that. You better use your skill set to try to start a business, because it's the first time to start a business,
Mhm.
or get more or your skill set to maintain your career, because the job not gonna do it, and it's gonna get worse and worse, at least for another 3 to 5 years.
I agree, 100%. And we need more people like you stated earlier, with the more of a forward thinking mentality. Because you know what, you remember how AJ Johnson got paid to do the first "I Got the Hookup" movie? Master P bought him a house.
Well, that was his MO for the longest. Was that the MO for the longest? Anything that was under no limit imprint, he gave people houses.
He did, yeah. When Snoop first got with him, he said, "Here's your house, here's your chain, here's your car. Now let's get to work."
Well, Snoop even said more of that. Snoop said
Yeah.
Master P gave him a house,
Yep.
not what a chain,
Hmm.
money, and two businesses.
Yep, exactly. Yep, he showed him the business aspect of everything. Because
Hmm.
remember, before Snoop even got with No Limit, he was actually broke,
Yeah.
and he did a song with Mystical, and he's like, "Yeah, man, can you pay me 3,000?" He said, "No, I'll pay you 35,000 for
Now
the
Snoop
one
didn't even know
song."
about the 35,000. No, he said 3,500. P gave him 35,000, and that's what he was like. Okay, I got to listen to this dude. They're about their bread.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a whole different mindset.
Hmm.
He didn't even realize it, and and it's like I said, at the end of the day, it's about being around the right people, taking
Hmm.
information. And the number one thing is, remember that you don't know everything, because that's one of the problems most people have nowadays. They think, even in the information age, if you can't be taught anything, then at this point just shut up.
Yeah.
That's in my mindset. See, I know I don't know everything. I listen.
Oh,
You
trust me.
know you don't know everything.
There's a
You
few times I
listen.
had to shut up. Actually I was reading a book earlier today just for my business, and I'm like, I think okay, I see this point here. I
Yeah,
turned the page. I'm like,
right.
oh,
Exactly.
okay,
Well, there's a
that's
reason why Mark Cuban is still reading and learning and taking courses. A man that doesn't have to. He said
yeah.
these exact words. I don't have to do this. I do this because I don't know everything, and I need to learn about how the NTFs work. I need to learn more about this, the technology of these certain things, digital art, et cetera, and so forth. He's like, I know what I don't know, and I know what I know. So he's
There's a
like, when I
lot
get
of
into the room
people.
with these people, I shut up. He said, and I'm the richest guy in the room, but I still shut up.
There's a lot of people like that. I mean, look at the past 5 years. We have, especially in the black community, Jay-Z, billionaire,
Yep.
Kanye, billionaire,
Yep.
Rihanna just became a billionaire.
Yep.
And I'm like, we grew up listening to these people.
Exactly.
And we're like, man, what are they doing that we're not doing? And I'm looking at their stuff, especially Kanye's crazy tail. Uh, we're looking at his stuff like they're doing the same thing that literally they're doing the same thing that we're doing right now.
Exactly.
The only difference is between them and us is that they made the majority of their money through their music.
Exactly.
Outside of that, they're doing the same thing we're doing, negotiating, partnership, putting our money where our mouth is. We're doing
Yep.
all that. It makes sense now once we start doing it. And who knows, in 10 to 15 years, well, I know we're gonna be millionaires. Who knows? Maybe half a billionaire. I don't know. The way
Exactly.
things going, it's like you just don't know. So
Exactly. That's the God's honest truth. It's like, hey, you take your money, you invest it, you continuously keep learning, you know when to talk, you know when to shut up, and you move forward. Because that's,
hmm
I guarantee I know that's exactly what Rihanna did. I know that's exactly what Kanye did. That's exactly what Jay-Z did. Heck, that as crazy as Damon Dash is, that's exactly what he did. Because he knew what he knew and he knew what he doesn't know. So heck,
yeah,
even Jim Jones, one of the biggest a-holes on the planet, but a very smart businessman.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
he
still mad about him for verses though.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, I already knew the Locks was going to take it home. That was just my personal opinion. So,
The thing about it. Speaking of that, I made a video based off of that. I didn't even post it on YouTube because it's like there's so many things going on. I'm like I'm changing things over and over again. So I didn't even want to even put it out there because like I'm changing this here, changing this there. I'm adding more stuff to it. I'm like, you know what? Let me just stick to what I know. Is just trying
got
to
you,
do
got
this
you.
here because I'm looking like Dr. Dre thinking it's on music aspect. I'm trying to do the marketing side of things. And when I seen well shoot, Freaky Zeke doing what he
Right.
was doing on stage, I'm like, you know what? I just can't with him.
Oh, you didn't like what's his Jules Santana as he kept doing this, laying down on the yeah. I was just like, okay, yeah.
You know what?
Uh,
You got 5 minutes to spare. I know it's late on the East Coast. You got 5 minutes spare. I'm just see what I'm going to say about that whole thing on the marketing side of things.
sure, go for it.
The Locks prepared. They had rehearsals. They had DJ technique, uh, getting the music lined up. They even had Puff call them, telling them, "Hey, do this freestyle here, do this freestyle there." They had the music lined up, so whatever Dipset was going to throw at them, they had a rebuttal for.
You're right. Well, go ahead.
Dipset when they came out,
Hmm.
they looked like they wasn't even. You could tell they've been apart from each other. They was not practicing. You didn't see like the unity that they had compared to the Lost, which honestly now almost 30 years of music together between those three. You
You're
didn't
right.
see that unity, that camaraderie you had from Dipset. And like I said, Joel looked like he was drunk or high. Uh, no, sorry, Jim Jones did. Joel's he was on something.
Right.
Freaky Zeke, I don't know what he was doing. He looked like he was like Puff back in the day, all on the video dancing and stuff.
You're right.
And Cam, he was just eh, Cam's my man. I love his music,
Right.
but he was trying to do too much, trying to hold his own on it, and it just wasn't working out like it to the point that it was more funny than it
Right.
was about the music. The Lock did their thing. They made sure they got their performance right, and it's because of that now everybody's giving their flower where they can still smell it.
Exactly.
And the price
Exactly.
went up for them too. Now their shows that they're doing now has gone up maybe extra 50%, and the streaming services went up 300% now.
You're absolutely right.
So they getting more money off of now. So the price went up for them. Dip said I can't say that, but they're doing the same tour with them State Property. So I don't know.
Well, you can tell the difference between camaraderie and somebody just doing something for money. So that's the difference.
Yeah,
It's like you do it with passion or you don't do it at all.
I don't want to say it's a Harlem thing, but it could be a Harlem thing when it comes.
I mean, it could be, but it's just they just lack that camaraderie. It's just they're not
Yeah,
as tight as they used to be. Like you just hit the nail on the head. Everybody said it. It's like the locks have always been tight. They might have had their beefs and whatnot, but they never had dipset beefs.
right.
Everything they do together.
hmm
So even the business with the juice bars and all and everything else, et cetera and so forth, they're doing it together. The dipsets they've always had beefs since far as I can remember. So they
Yeah.
just don't have that. And then of course, like you said, it would be a Harlem thing. All everybody from Harlem thinks they're God's gift anyway. So eventually they're just going to clash, and that's just what it is. Even Dame Dash says it, so I can say it because I'm quoting Dame Dash. So it is what it is. But when you do something for out of passion and love, not just for the money, it shows. But when you just like, okay, yeah, let's put our beefs aside so we can just get this money and whatnot, and it just showed.
hmm Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
the lock showed, especially Jada. Hey, I'm a showman. I'm gonna show
hmm
you how this is done. So I still haven't watched the one between Ja Rule and Fat Joe yet. So I
That
need
that
to.
was that. I'm gonna let you watch it. I'm not even gonna
Okay,
say that for that. I'm gonna
okay.
let you watch it.
I'm sure it's interesting, brother. But
You know what?
uh,
I'm gonna finish editing that video. I'm gonna post that video.
you should post it.
I'm gonna post it tomorrow night. Edit in there
Okay,
so you can
yeah,
see it because it's you're gonna be laughing on it. But
I can believe
I got the best.
it.
I think I got the best clip on there that you guys gonna see. So I'm gonna post it on tomorrow. I said I wasn't going to, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway, just to get a good laughs and giggles off it. So,
Hey, you might as well, man. That's all I can say.
so
All right, brother. You have a great night. Thanks again for tuning in, man. And as always, man, much love to you and the family. All right, brother.
you too, man. Talk to you later, bro.
All right, take care. All right, family. I'm calling it a night. Don't forget to check out Reaching Out Consultants. Don't forget to check out the online store. If you're a crypto investor, don't forget to sign up with the Gold Standard Partners. But time for me to call it a night. Rest in peace to AJ Johnson, his family. Peace and blessings to them all. Nothing negative to say. This conversation is really about taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, and making sure that you guys are good to go at the end of the day because family is everything. All right. Or as it says in Spanish, familia es todo. Family is everything. So, as I always say, do the great three free things like, share, and subscribe. Have a great night. Make money moves so you can live broke like a fool. Take care.